Hello, everybody. Happy New Year's Eve. David Cordray here. I just want to take a moment and wish everybody a safe and happy New Year's and a wonderful 2025. I want to share briefly three words that I took out of my vocabulary, or do my best to keep out of my vocabulary, that have really made a difference in my life. You know, if you're looking to make a resolution or do something a little bit different this year, um, this is three words because wording matters. You know, the way that I talk to myself and the way that I speak to other people dictates my behaviors and my thoughts and my actions. And I really need to like take what I say not only to myself but to other people seriously. So these are three words that I took out of my vocabulary that made a positive change in my life. You know, the one thing that's never going to change in this universe, as far as I know, is that everything is always going to change, right? So, in my opinion, I'm either changing for the better, or I'm changing for the worse. Usually, a little bit of both. You know, as I'm trying to make positive change in my life, the way that I speak to myself and the way that I speak to other people makes a huge difference. So this first word that I took out of my vocabulary, it's going to make sense to you. The second word I think is going to really surprise you, and the third word is going to be really, really tough to take out of your vocabulary in order to make this positive change. But when I started using the first two correctly and basically took them out of my vocabulary and stopped using the third one, like I saw major positive change in my life. So the first word is try. Try. Took it out of my vocabulary, used it wrong my whole life, used it at any time I said it, basically, for the first, 35 years of my life. I was saying I wasn't going to do what we were talking about. So I'd say, I'd try to make it tonight, or I'll try to accomplish that, or I'm going to try this, right? So I stopped saying the word try, right? Yoda from Star Wars says, do or do not, there is no try. And I truly believe that today. You know, so I still catch myself sometimes. You know, it's been years that I've been trying to take this word out of my vocabulary, and I'll say, I'm going to try to do this. And then I'll say, you want to know what? I'm more than likely going to do this. You know, I'm going to put effort into doing this. See, I just said it. It's really hard to take out of your vocabulary. But if you're using it the way that I was using it most of my life, anytime I said it, I wasn't going to do what I said I was going to do. So I tried to take the word try out of my vocabulary. I'm either going to do it or I'm not, you know, and I'm also going to I'm going to set that expectation for myself, you know, that I'm going to do this or I'm not going to do this, you know, including that, I'm human. Sometimes I say I'm going to do something and I either can't accomplish it or I don't, right? But I take the word try out of my vocabulary, and I'm definitely have a higher probability of doing what I say I'm going to do. The next word is hope. Now that's a weird one, right? To take out of my vocabulary. Hope is a beautiful, wonderful thing. It really is. The way that I was using it was not an action word, right? So one of my mentors told me that hope is a beautiful, wonderful thing, but what are you going to do about it, right? He used to say that to me on a regular basis. What are you going to do about it, right? You can sit around hoping, and you're not going to accomplish anything, right? So I took the word hope out of my vocabulary. I use it still. Usually when I'm being cordial to somebody, I hope this happens for you, or I hope, but I don't use it for myself, right? Because I do have hopes and dreams. I do have things that I wish to accomplish, but I'm not going to sit around hoping for them, right? I'm going to take action on them. I'm going to figure out a way to take action on them, which usually means there's going to be some struggle involved, that I'm going to, have some failures, or, head deep into, taking action on it, and have to back out or have to change what I'm doing to accomplish it properly, right? But I today am not going to sit around hoping for anything, right? I do hope things for others, and hope is a beautiful, wonderful thing, but it is not an action, right? Hope is not an action, right? And so while I'm trying to accomplish these goals in my life and have these, things that I'm dreaming of, hope doesn't come into the equation. So I need to take it out of my vocabulary on a regular basis. And the last word that I believe will help you have a wonderful 2025 if you take out of your vocabulary completely is the word hate. I don't even like saying it right now. For a long time, I called it the H word while I was trying to take it out of my vocabulary. So I only have room in my heart for one thing, and that's love. I don't like everything, human beings included, but I'm trying to and focusing on loving everything and loving everyone. So it's harder to hold on to love than it is to hate, right? It's really easy to hold on to hate. It's easy to say it all the time. If you have a conversation with me and you hear me say I highly dislike something, that's my replacement for the word hate, right? Because I'm not trying, I've already said it 3 times and I can feel the difference in the way that I feel right now, right? It's a dirty, ugly word. It really is. And we say it so often. It's so common in our speech and our writing today, and everything that's a lot of everything that's around us, that it's heavy. It's heavy. If you put love and hope, or excuse me, if you put love and hate on a scale next to each other, that hate side of the scale is going to drop. It's really, really heavy, and it's corrosive, and it takes over my whole life. It really does. So the more I say it, the more I'm ingraining it into my life, the more it's in my brain, the more it's in my actions, the more it's in the way that I talk, the way that I treat people. And I don't want to live like that today. I really don't. So I take that word out of my vocabulary. I don't say it. When I really dislike something, I say, I strongly dislike that, or I don't want to do that, or I don't like that, right? Or that's not what I want. Like I've changed my wording to change my life, change the way that I feel, right? And it's made a huge difference in my life. Do I still say it sometimes? Yes. Yes, but I try my best not to say it because I don't want to feel it and I don't want to live like that. It becomes corrosive and engulfs you, right? And it takes hard work to have love and live in love and put out positive energy and love. It takes work, right? And if that's what you want for your 2025, I recommend taking these 3 words out of your vocabulary, especially that last one, and work on that for a little while and see if it doesn't make a huge positive difference in your life. I believe that it will, and it has in mine. And I just wanted to share that with everybody on New Year's Eve. I love you all. Really quick, I'm gonna do my second favorite story, and a lot of my close loved ones have heard me tell this story. So there was a man that wanted to change, right? And so he went to his 2 closest friends individually. Went to his 2 closest friends and told them that he wanted to change. And he went to his first friend and he said, look, man, I'm miserable. I'm hurting inside. Like, I really want to change. And his friend gave him things to do and told him what he did to change and gave him advice. And the friend felt a little bit of hope and went home and tried some of these things and didn't really feel effect. And, he felt hopeless again. And he was hurting inside and he didn't think he was going to make it through this. And he went to his second friend and he said, man, I really want to change. And his friend said to him, I love you regardless. He said, I love you whether you change for the better, whether you change for the worst. I love you whether you stay the same. It doesn't matter to me. I love you regardless. And right then, the man began to change. So I'm going to say the same thing to you. 2025, right now in this moment, still 2024, I love you regardless. I love you whether you change for the better. I love you whether you change for the worst. I love you whether you stay the same. It doesn't matter to me. I hope and dream that you have everything you want, and whatever change you're working towards, that you accomplish and get to experience. But I love you regardless. And I hope you have a wonderful 2025. Thank you very much. Love you, everybody. Bye.